Hey guys, welcome back to Idea Studio. I'm Dana.
Oh, I'm Jib.
Oh. Today we're going to take you guys with us to River City and check out some of the art. This is a beautiful little mall on the river, and my friend Eric recently showed me that they have some art exhibits there that are really interesting. So I have a meeting down by there, so it's going to be really convenient for us. We're going to grab from here to our meeting. Then we're gonna go check out the art at River City, and I think we'll grab some coffee and cake.
Cake.
Down by the river. This is a mall I think a lot of people sort of skip over. There's a lot of like antique and touristy stuff there, right, Chip?
Yeah, mostly Chinese tourists will go there to
Yeah.
shop.
But they've really put a lot of work into the art displays there. It used to just kind of be like an empty spot in the middle of the mall, which it's a small mall to begin with, but now they have some art displays, some American pop art, stuff like that, which is just a cool thing to see in Bangkok. And if we have time, maybe we'll stop at MBK on the way home? My. Okay, no MBK. All right, guys, we're going to get a grab, so come along with us to River City and check out some art. And we are off, guys, on our way to River City, right on the Chao Phraya. Beautiful location. And don't forget to watch the entire video, guys, because we will be telling you how to enter to win the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. You can win one of 2 Dapper Villains EDC totes we're giving away. This is a beautiful building, River City. They call it the anchor of arts and antiques for Thailand. This is a little advertisement for the art exhibits they have going on. Jib and I pulling our little action movie spin here. And boom, into the lobby. This used to be completely empty. You can see the stairway in back. They built that in the past year or two. Now, Jib doesn't mind these stairways. She has a real problem with spiral staircases. If you watched our video at 863 doing the fabric haul, she does not like them at all. Now, Jib always makes me stand in the front when we do a selfie. That way she doesn't look big, proportional to me, you know? And these were some cool lights. I'm not sure if these were bird or fish. And so this says pop art, and there's these little displays all throughout the mall written on the walls that are really cool. So this is the first little gallery we popped into when we got up to the second floor. And this artist has just all images of women depicted in a very powerful or strong way. Very interesting take, really nice colors. Good color theory in a lot of this, and they were all very reasonably priced. All these were for sale between $200 or $300. It was a small little gallery. I think we spent about 20 minutes there. This was the first big exhibit that we went to, this Bangkok Dreamscapes. And every artist that we saw work from was based in Bangkok. Not all were Thai, but all were based here. A lot of this work is really mind-bending. He's twisting architecture and geometric shapes to make really interesting images. And the way that all of this is displayed was really a lot of fun. I enjoyed this exhibit quite a bit. And I really like this style where there's photography that's been heavily manipulated and worked into its own sort of expression. A lot of this was really great. And again, these are big pieces, but they were still very reasonably priced. I mean, some of them were like $1,000, $1,500, some much more expensive, obviously the larger ones. But there was something about this that was just really compelling. This here was my absolute favorite image in the entire collection. This is a really good one too. That color with the light source right in the middle. Again, this one I like, but because it's 4 panels, I find it a bit strange. But that spherical kind of Doctor Strange look that his work has is just so wonderful. Very trippy, very dreamscapey, and I get why they called it that. And a lot of them are just, they could be one piece on their own, but you see how they fit into this bigger collection, and the inspiration and the mood carries through a lot of these. And they're not all just one monotone color, which I really liked. Here's another one of those sayings: art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. And again, these are all over the mall, so they're kind of cool just to see these quotes up on the wall. And here's another gallery. This one was pretty good. It was interesting, and it was a little weird how it was, some parts of this walk were really dark and others were very well lit. And I thought that was kind of a strange contrast, but I think the artists put a lot of work into how they want their photos or their art displayed. And a lot of these were just, wonderful images. Some of them really strange. They show this juxtaposition between, modern Bangkok and a sort of old city that lives within it. And I think you see that in some of the older images versus some of these more industrial, architectural images that they have here in the collections. And again, when I have my camera in my hand, I know no fear. This was probably my favorite photo gallery in the entire River City, though. These really older buildings, they're shot in black and white. They've got great saturation, great contrast. And they show a part of Thailand that maybe you don't get to see all the time. And there's some more modern images or images of more modern parts of Bangkok in here as well. But a lot of these are just parts of the city that you don't get to, or they're pieces of the city that you don't often see. Here's the big swing in Chinatown, the giant swing they call it. This one here is old building just kind of falling apart. This gallery, these are all paintings. What I loved about these faces, the way that the artist captures the eyes, they're clearly painted, but there's something so vibrant and so engaging about the eyes in these portraits that I just really loved. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. A quote by Pablo Picasso. This was a very cool, very interesting exhibit. A lot of these photos had a really weird feel. Like, I almost want to say there's a cyberpunk aspect, but I think it's more like a little bit of like steampunk in some of them. No, this is very cyberpunky, but the use of animals, the chickens, the goats, the horses in a lot of these, and some of the imagery that they use was really cool and trippy and weird. Here's one. I know Jib said this was one of her favorites with the sheep. This was a weird one. This old wooden house somewhere in Thailand, and the girl with a giant Mekong catfish in a bathtub. A really cool combination of imagery, and I'm sure there's a lot of underlying subtext. I know Jib has been tagging me in some of the artist descriptions of this work on Facebook. So if you go to the River City page, I'll throw a link in the description. You can check that out. This one I really like. The plane just suspended in between the buildings. A lot of these were really wild and unique and fun. This one was cool. The girl hanging from the power lines, and then the hipster beetle down below. You see these cars a lot in like hipster events in Bangkok. So I thought this was really unique look, and that bodysuit that she's wearing. Again, I get a little bit of a cyberpunk vibe from some of this. The girl with the angel wings over Bangkok, and just a really funky image, and some of it's just so cool and well done. I mean, the way that it's placed in there. So here, to me, this is the piece de resistance, the Venus in the Shell exhibit. This was a head trip. And one thing I'll say about this artist, her work is fantastic. I absolutely loved every bit of it. It's so surreal. And there's this you can tell that she's putting in a lot of work. Her output is crazy. A lot of these images, a lot of these paintings or drawings or pieces that she made for this exhibit have a date on it. And so you can see on some of these smaller ones, she might do 2 or 3 of these a day. If you look, like maybe 1, 2, 3 are done in one day, and then the next day, every single day in the range that she was making this collection, she had output going and was just doing phenomenal work. If I'm not mistaken, each one of these is a number 1 to 10, and that was what was represented here. And this is the start of the real walkthrough. This is where the experience begins to happen. Each room that you walk through in this exhibit is a different experience altogether. And there's a lot of inspiration from like Chinese zodiac and this idea of self and true self and identity that you'll see throughout this. But the color play and the imagery gets pretty out there, especially when we get into the last room, and you'll see. And here's sort of a little contrast shown with that blue frame, and that's a hint at things to come. There's the different phases of this entire show. So there's the red and the blue. As you see, we come through here into the blue room. It didn't really come out on the camera, but on the door of that spaceship it said, "We come in peace." These walls are all made from individual beads, blue, white, and black. That's it, and they're just little beads. These images I thought were some of the wildest in this collection. These cat images with flower vaginas, and this one with the hummingbird taking nectar out of the cat's flower here. You see, it's absolutely forbidden flower. You walk into this dark room after that gallery, and this is a painting on the wall, and then there's these holograms displayed over, or these projections. And you come into this room, and this is the trippiest room in the entire experience. There's like sounds playing, and these images are like the holograms, like you would get them in like playing cards as a kid. As you look at it from one side or the other, it reveals an individual and then an animal that represents their zodiac, their sort of inner self, like your outer self, inner self. So you're the pig. And the images are just phenomenal. The wallpaper, everything about this is so immersive. And there's music playing in the background. This large kind of, I don't know if it's a lobster or a crawfish. This interesting timepiece with the snake chasing itself, and the face with a questionable nose. This picture I liked a lot. These three fish, they were just kind of cool looking, very fun. Their skin, like the texture that she brought across, that light source up above, really made for a really interesting image. And it feels like they're popping out at you. It's really cool and detailed. I really enjoyed it. This duck she shows quite a bit in the collections. Again, just such a trippy overall exhibit. This is a beautiful tapestry. It's like a single piece of, I don't know if it's a rug or a tapestry, but clearly quite a bit of work went into that. So we're back out on the second floor. That was the last gallery we went through on the second floor. And so we come up to the third level, and they've got something over here called the Crystal Walk. This is a little gallery of minerals and stones that you can walk through. And this was essentially the last thing that we walked through in River City, but these are not my thing. I'm not huge into stone, into crystals or minerals, but they are beautiful. And the way they're lit, obviously they're doing it a lot of justice with the lighting and the way that it refracts and reflects. And it's a really dark space, so you only have these little areas of light. So you get this beautiful experience and these colors coming off of the rocks. I'm not even sure the GoPro captures it well, or does it justice. Some of these, just the way that the light reflects and refracts, really is gorgeous. Of course, you can see the front screen on the GoPro. I should have shut that off. I thought this one was made. They're apparently all minerals. This one, they obviously did quite a bit of work polishing those layers as they cut it out. These things are just wild, especially when the edges are polished like this, and you get that juxtaposition from the raw outside to the crystalline inside, and the polished edges that really show off the colors and layers. This purple one with the blue light coming through was amazing. Some of these just absolutely phenomenal. This one looks just like a cross section from a tree, maybe. This one reminds me of the crystalline entity from Star Trek, if there's any Trekkies out there. That's what I get when I see this one. And it's time for
Cake! Yes, what I like about coffee shop is cake and coffee. This one is like they call it signature double chocolate cake, I think. Yes, I'm ready to eat. See? Look yummy. Yes, and someone make me wait until he prepare camera. First bite. It's very good, but sweet, so I have a hot latte. Very nice.
I thought it was strange that Jib got a hot latte in this regular glass cup that wasn't insulated. Anyway though, here's my drink. I went with a coffee tonic, which I think is a great summer drink. The tonic water comes through, but you still get a strong coffee flavor. It's nice. What's going on, everyone? I'm sure this is the part of the video a lot of you have been waiting for. It's how you can enter to win the 5,000 subscriber EDC tote giveaway. So there are two ways. And so the first is everyone who has supported us at buymeacoffee.com. Link is in the description. If you've supported us over there, you are automatically entered one time.
Thank you.
Jib enjoyed the cake.
Yes.
And I enjoyed the coffee tonic. Thank you. Now the second way to enter is you can like this video and leave a comment down below to let us know what your favorite piece of art was in River City. If you leave the comment, like the video, we'll enter you in for another chance to win. And of course, you can enter from both ways and double your chances. And you will get a Dapper Villains EDC tote that I will hand make and make a video about, as well as maybe a few other goodies we'll throw in there for everyone. So don't forget to enter, like the video, leave a comment, and if you supported us on buymeacoffee.com, thank you so much. Thanks for watching that far, guys. I hope you got that, how to enter for your chance to win one of the Dapper Villains EDC totes. And Jib and I are here just walking on our way home, and we're past a couple buses. I love public transportation, so I had to capture that. And this is another little museum not far from River City. You can walk here. Little walkway that goes to the pier. And here, Jib is looking at the map for the actual river. And these are the river taxis. So the blue one that she's pointing at is Sea Praia Pier. And those white ones, those only cross the river to different locations. So while we were walking back, I saw this little statue shop and I came over to take a look. This bull here, and then you can see the kind of gorilla King Kong in the back. But that crab that's in front of the King Kong, there used to be a seafood restaurant across the street from our old condo that had that exact statue, just colored blue. And when I turned back around to talk to Jib, I saw that there was a mural actually etched into the side of this wall, which when we were walking by it right next to it, we didn't see it. Don't worry, Bee Coffee. Great name for a shop. And we were cutting through this little parking lot to get to the other soy because we had to go to the post office. We were looking at these doors. These are beautiful doors. And we realized that these are all galleries. So we get up here and we start to take a look at it. And this is Jib telling me not to look because she sees something that she knows I'm going to be interested in. And that is the Horse Unit store inside this next gallery. I love Horse Unit as like a vintage heritage menswear brand. They have a lot of cool stuff. I follow them on Instagram. And so I wanted to run in and Jib's like, no. Then right outside of this parking lot, we run into all this street art. So we decide to take a little walk down the row here. And I see some of the ones that look like they might be from Alex Face. And I know Chris has a video where he interviewed Alex Face. But a lot of this imagery is just really cool. The way it looks and how detailed they get on cinder block. There's a few here that I really dig. You see just past this Alex Face one, there's those scooters. We'll get up close to those in a second. But, you know, there's this other, here we go. And the way they're just painted in there, they sort of look like stickers almost. It's a really cool approach to doing this type of street art. Old Vespas, kind of popular in Chinatown here in Thailand. I like this one here with this sort of crazy, the pots and everything popping out of it. This one with the two fingers and the tongue was kind of crazy. Jib's rolling her eyes as we sit here doing the voiceover. Mempa, I don't know if that means anything. This one was cool. It's just sort of a gray tone face. I'm not sure if it's finished or not. And I like this behind the tuk-tuks. You can see one of these tuk-tuks is actually locked up, probably for parking illegally. But they have like bulb heads. It reminds me of one of the characters from Umbrella Academy. And I thought this was really cool, how detailed these two little portraits are on cinder block. That's about it, guys. As you can see here, this is the restaurant from Hangover 2. If you've ever seen that movie, that's that Golden Dome, the scene with Paul Giamatti. All right, guys, that was a great day. We recorded that 2 days ago. We got home. We were a bit tired and had some other stuff going on, so we didn't record the ending. But I had a great time. I love the art there. Jib, what was your favorite part of River City?
Coffee shop.
Oy! No, not the coffee. The art. I mean the art. What was your...
I would say the part that they show the like artists painted like look feel like a Chinese. That one.
Oh, the one that was like the whole experience.
Yeah.
Where the something Venus, where you walk through
Yes.
multiple rooms. That was really trippy. Like there was like some of the things, like especially the ones that are like the old holograms that we would get as kids, and like you move, and that was, and it was. I think it was talking about like the duality of self, right? Like it's you and then your Chinese zodiac, and like what do you represent? It was so, guys, it was so cool but trippy, and all of that was free.
Yes.
Free. I would say, for me, after the coffee shop, my favorite part was probably that small photo gallery with the black and whites of Bangkok. Those were just, some of those were beautiful. I thought they were really nice.
I feel like it's like a Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Oh no, that was the first one, the pop art.
Yeah.
Where everything was like folded.
Yeah.
That was wild too. So actually, a few of those were really good. Like the one where it was like a portal, but then all the buildings were folded into each other. Really, really wild stuff. And you know, a lot of the art there is for sale. Of course, that mall is full of antique shops. And the first couple times we ever went there, I don't think they had all that art in the middle. It was, yeah.
That time it's like in the center, they kind of like nothing there and like not open yet.
Yeah, just like they had boxed. I think the last time we had gone there before this, that area was boxed off and they were renovating. So I will say one of the other things I really like, though, a lot of that art is on sale, and a lot of it is incredibly affordable.
Yeah,
now,
the price is not bad at all.
Now some of it's crazy expensive and it's beautiful, and I was like, if I could afford this, I would buy it, right? But some of it was like,
we have enough room like for the wall.
Yeah, if we had wall space that we didn't hang yarn on. But like some of the other artists, their smaller pieces were like $200-$300, and for something that's like handmade and beautiful, I think that's really a good price. And of course, something that will hopefully appreciate or not. Art is so subjective, right? I don't know. I don't know anything about art, but imagine if you bought a Picasso, right, for $250. That's what you said to me.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah.
Some piece might be like 10 times more than today.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, you know, the other one I really liked were the ones that were like staged photos with actors, and then like some of the elements were painted and some were photoshopped. Like the girl with the two butlers boxing.
I remember that one.
In the plane between the two buildings. Like some of those were just wild to look at and think like the creativity of this artist is phenomenal. There was one with like
room. I like the one with the horses.
Yeah, the one with the sheep.
Yes,
that was a good one. I like the one with the Indian guy and the white girl, and they're in a hotel room full of ducks. That's some really cool, funky stuff. And then of course the gem gallery.
Is it crystal?
Yeah, crystals and minerals.
Walk?
Yeah, the crystal walk. Crystal walk. It doesn't really speak to me, but it's nice. They're rocks. They're beautiful rocks.
Speak to you.
No, they didn't speak to me.
Lucky you.
Some of those were crazy, like $1 million baht.
Oh yeah. Expensive. It's a big piece of rock. Like it's beautiful, but I don't think that's for us.
No, definitely not. You know, one of the other things I did like just about being there, though, is as we walk through the mall and we look around, and there's all the shops, the antique shops, are just kind of full of really cool stuff. And so just like kind of not window shopping, but window not shopping, right? Just looking at the stuff that's in there.
I think like antique is not for us.
No.
Also, like we kind of like break ditches sometimes. So I think not good if we're gonna spend money for antique ditch or anything. Yeah.
Antique anything. And some of them. So at one point we saw. Remember the guy and the girl carrying the armor? Was it Japanese armor or Chinese armor?
I think it's like statue.
I thought it was armor on the statue. No. But they were carrying it. It was the girl had the big body part up on her shoulder, and the guy was like bear hugging the podium.
Like they come from the cargo lift at the back.
Yeah. But yeah, great place, completely free. There was a paid exhibit, but there was so much free art. I think we spent like 3 hours just looking at the free art.
The paid one is Claude Monet.
Yeah, it's a Monet exhibit. But I mean, 3 hours looking at amazing Bangkok artists. I'm pretty sure all the exhibits that we saw, they weren't all Thai, but they were all Bangkok based. So, I mean, just phenomenal. Hours and hours of free art to walk through in Bangkok. And at a nice location, right on the river with a nice coffee shop. We got a good deal on the cake and coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I say the name?
Yeah, it was Coffee Club?
Yes.
Yeah, Coffee Club.
Coffee Club, they have like a special deal, I think, because of now not a good sale time.
Yeah, not a lot of customers. And actually, the mall was dead. Like you can see in the video.
Coffee or tea plus one cake is a $1.49.
I did think it was funny that you got a hot latte and it came in like a cold drinking glass.
Yeah.
But it was a huge drink. That's a big latte.
It's a big cup. I like.
Yeah. That was a lot of latte.
Yeah, because it's like cake is a bit sweet,
Yeah.
so sip like hot coffee, no sugar. It's like, wow, so nice.
That's one of the things I noticed like right away, like how big that latte was. That's why I thought it was an iced one.
Yeah, I thought so too. But like in the menu, ice separate other section, so that one should be hot in the photo.
Okay, well, it was a great day of art. I really enjoyed it. It's a great place if you're in Bangkok, completely free, and you can see some beautiful art. I would go back again, but I'd wait until they swap out some of the exhibits maybe, because they had dates on the exhibits.
I think it's like if you just like nothing to do, walk around, take a boat, get off there, sit coffee, read a book. It's not already nice.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed this, and we hope that you get out and you get to experience River City because it is a super fun time. Until next time, keep taking action, make your ideas reality.